Good morning, Oak Park School. Today is Wednesday, May 25th, 2022. Our special student guests for this morning are Taurus and Cheyenne from Miss Grogan's class. At this time, would you please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic of which it stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Would you please remain standing as we recite our Panther Pledge?
Today I will be respectful, on task, accepting, and responsible. I'm an Oak Park Panther, hear me roar.
You may be seated. Thank you so much for helping with our pledges this morning. At this time, we will slow down and pause for a moment of silence. This can be used for your own quiet thoughts, prayers, or reflections. Get ready for your last Riddle Me This of the school year. As always, work together as a class to solve our riddle for the week. Remember to email in your answers to Mr. Shane. Winners get 5 Panther Paws for every student in the class. Pay close attention. My first is in chocolate, but not in ham. My second in cake and also in jam. My third at tea time is easily found. My whole is a friend who's often around. What am I? Hurry and send in your answers. Now, let's check out our Unique Abilities Spotlight. This time with Assistant Principal, Mr. Jenkins. We will find out about his journey with dyslexia and how he developed a love for reading.
This week's Unique Ability Spotlight guest is our very own Mr. Jenkins. Mr. Jenkins, you and I were talking the other day, and you mentioned something that you were an avid reader, and which means you read a lot. Could you tell us about your reading and how much you read and what you like to read?
I like to read everything. I read bestsellers. I read a lot of those. I read the newspaper. I read 2 to 3 newspapers a day. Just about anything. Now there's a lot of apps and sports news and things like that. So I get notifications regarding sports and I read that as well. So if it's there, I just like to read.
That's great. So have you always been really interested in reading?
No, I haven't. In fact, when I was in 2nd grade, I was diagnosed with dyslexia.
Okay.
I was almost retained 2 years in a row. I was probably the school's worst reader. I was not good at decoding words. I read backwards. Just had a lot of difficulties with reading that was associated with dyslexia. So I had to work really hard to fix that because it wasn't a good feeling being a student in elementary school, and it just seemed like everybody was smarter than me and everyone could complete their tasks. And I just really struggled and had a lot of difficulty, and people would finish early and get A's, and it was just a really, really bad feeling. So I had to work really hard to do better.
So what are some of the things you did to overcome this?
Well, one of the things, my parents sent me to a place called the Learning Center. And so they helped me read left to right. I had a lot of difficulty too with like D's and B's and seeing them in reverse. So, and I still have that to this day. Sometimes the D's and B's get me, but it was going to the Learning Center. I can't remember, it might have been once or twice a week, and I remember it wasn't fun and I didn't look forward to going. But But as time went on and I started getting better, I realized that I really needed that. Otherwise, I had to just practice reading. You know, the research says every minute you read, your reading level gets a little bit better. And, you know, the research says 20 minutes a day will put you on track for being ready for college and career. So it wasn't fun at first. I had to, I remember my dad bringing home a box of books every summer. And so I had to read books all summer. And like I said, the first summer or two, not being a good reader, it wasn't a lot of fun. So every chapter I read, I also had to write a small report, like
That's
a page-long
good.
report about what I read and what was happening in the story. So it, I think, you know, reflecting back, it probably did me a lot of good.
Yeah, well, here you are, an assistant principal, and encouraging so many students. And thank you for sharing your story with us. I think it's very helpful, and it's one of those unique abilities that we are so happy to highlight. And remember, Oak Park, we are all Panthers, and if you listen closely, you will hear us roar, each in our own unique way.
We will close out our morning with Wednesday's words of encouragement, which come from former law professor and attorney Michael Josephson. This one is well suited for the end of the school year. He said, "Take pride in how far you've come. Have faith in how far you can go. But don't forget to enjoy the journey." We hope you have a great day, Panthers, and like always, continue to roar!